Traders, what is going on? Excited to have you guys here today. Kevin Avery Day Trading with the daytraderchatroom.com. Day trading changed my life. I know a lot of new traders are getting into the market, and so I want to go over this topic a little bit because it may not be what you think. I've been trading for over 5 years now, and I want to share that experience with you guys so you can know what to expect looking forward. Let's get to it. I've always maintained the idea that 90%ers are 90%ers for one reason and one reason alone. There's a saying on Wall Street that says stock market makes rich people poor, poor people rich. It's there for a reason. You have to learn how not to trade to find out how to trade, but most people, they jump into it thinking they're an expert immediately. They blow up their account and then they're at square one. So can you imagine people who have tons and tons of money and they start trading and they just blow it all? That's typically what's going to happen. But poor people get rich because they learn how to trade. They learn the fundamentals. They learn the technicals. They learn all these things that they need in order to get to consistency. Consistency is what you want to aim for, because once consistent, all you got to do is throw zeros on the end of your order, and of course you're going to be making more money. But trading forces you to look within yourself, to have that inner perspective, and that's honestly not a lot of people are happy about what's inside, and so that's what you have to come face to face with that. And because of that, once you find out the realization of who you really are, people don't like it. They're like, I don't like that, Kevin. Let's not find out more about that, Kevin. And that's exactly what trading does. It really forces you to see yourself almost in the third person, seeing yourself in the decisions you make in trading. Because guess what? You're going to FOMO into trades. You're going to buy a fake out breakout at the top and then bag hold it all the way to the bottom and lose a ton of money. You're going to take your winners very small, and then that individual stock that you took your winners, you capped them, you capped those winners, that ticker's going to run to $500 like GME, and you bought it at $5, sold at 6 or 7. These are all things you're going to experience in the market, and they're frustrating. When trading, it's really hard to be content. I mean, it's like literally a marathon. You're running every single day. It's a race. It really is. And you never really make it. You're always making it. You're always making it day in, day out. Once you ever think you make it, that's when you got to be cautious, because at that point, you feel like Superman. Oh, I can't take a loss. Kevin Avery day trade, I can't take a loss. I'm just going to add to this trade all the way down to, if it goes all the way to zero, I'm going to add and to infinity. I'm going to be a long-term investor. This ticker, this is a reputable company. And then, you never really look at the fundamentals until after you are so heavily sized on the position. Then it's like, well, I'm a long-term investor now. Let's see what this company is all about. That's how most people are. But honestly, in trading, guys, it's hard to be content because there's always things to be upset about every single day. I'm not even kidding. The inadequacies. You feel inadequate because you took the winner too quick. You feel inadequate because you let your loser run too far, or you could have made more. You should have traded this ticker, but you didn't trade it. Instead, you were focused on another ticker that didn't really get the volume. Like every day, there's something to be upset about. It's very difficult to be content, and so going into the future, for those of you who are newer to trading, maybe GME kind of woke you up to day trading, and we have a lot of newer traders out there in the market. You need to understand, I've been doing this for over 5 years now. It's hard to be content. Like, you have to be able to separate yourself from the market, or it's going to be, it could be a depressing road in the future. If you can't figure out how to separate your trading life versus like your family life and a life outside of that, then trading is going to take precedence over everything, and it's going to consume you. And that's a dangerous place to be, because it can get depressing. Really, the goal should just be consistency. Take the numbers out of it and just learn how to be consistent and learn how to be process oriented versus results oriented, and that'll take a lot of that inadequacy out of the picture. Why is that? Because you're focusing on the process. The process means I can have a red trade and be happy. I can be content with a red trade because we're going to have red trades. That's just a matter of trading. It's just are you going to be good at taking your red trades? Are you going to adhere to your trading plan? That's the most important, because if you are not following your rules, you're not going to make it as a trader. Yeah, it may have been a green trade, but that still could have been a terrible trade. We've seen that with GME, right? People may have hit huge home runs with GME, but now if they don't learn how to trade, that's an anomaly. It's a black sheep. If they don't learn how to trade after that, they're just going to lose it all. You can have a bad green trade, getting lucky, and then actually having good red trades. That's part of the process-oriented mindset, where you don't have to contribute a red trade as a bad trade. It's like, man, it didn't work out, but I'd literally stuck to my rules. I created the blueprint in pre-market, did pre-market analysis, wrote out my game plan, and all I did was press the buttons. See, we're paid for the opportunity, not our time in the market. Not the time. We're here literally waiting for the opportunity. When it presents itself, we press the buttons. 99% of the time, we are waiting. We're waiting for the trades to come to us, not forcing trades out there that may not be there just because we want to trade. We are literally waiting for the opportunity to come to us, and then all we do is click, press the button with predefined risk. You have to predefine risk before you ever enter the trade. So now, once you find consistency, once you actually reach that point of consistency, even the other day, I was getting upset too. It's that part of the inadequacies where, I couldn't get it going. I mean, I wasn't red on the day, but it was break-even day, and I was missing some opportunities, wasn't really feeling it. My headspace wasn't there. And so it's just at that point, you need to either A, size down, or B, sit on the hands. But see, the problem is most people, and we've all been there, don't feel bad about it, but just learn from it. Most people in these circumstances where they're digging themselves in a hole are just going to keep digging themselves deeper into that hole, trying to overtrade or revenge trading. I specifically have a rule on my trading. I take no more than 2 losses per ticker, and I'm going to be done with that ticker especially. Of course, there are a lot of tickers on the naughty list where I don't trade. Trading is all about discipline. Problem is, most people out there, they just don't have the discipline to trade, or they don't want to have the discipline to trade, and so they jump out of trading. 90%ers are that for a reason, because they don't take the time to learn how to trade. They're looking for the get-rich-quick scheme, and they realize, okay, this is going to be hard work, and it's a process. And that's just something, they're not really into. They'd rather do the whole get-rich-quick scheme. Unfortunately, that's not trading. It can be an anomaly with the GME, but overall, it's going to be a lot of work. And a lot of the frustration is going to be on yourself. You're going to get upset with yourself all the time because you didn't do this, you did that wrong, took profits too early, you cut the loser, and then immediately after cutting the loser, the stock shot on up. You top tick something on the long side, then it just dumps on down. Every day, guys, there's something to be upset about. It's about learning just ultimately to be consistent, and as long as you're following your game plan. That's right, have a game plan. Gamblers, all they see is profit. Traders, they focus risk. That's the big difference. Consistency is boring, guys. There's not really an adrenaline rush. I map out my trades prior to ever taking them. All you do is press the button, and you know your risk, profit target areas, profit along the way, scaling out of your winners, and mitigating those losers. I mean, it's the same thing day in, day out. It really is. So it creates a sense of boredom because you're doing that. I mean, gamblers, they want that adrenaline rush. They want to be spinning that wheel trying to get the triple diamonds. It's really not that exciting being a consistent trader and doing the same thing day in, day out with discipline, because you're sticking to your trading rules, your trading plan, and the blueprint you created. That's how I do it every single day in pre-market. I'm up here 7:30 till the market opens, creating a watch list, and I throw that out for the guys in the day trader chat room. There's a link down below. You can try it for free on Mondays. Come make money with us. Would love to have you guys. But otherwise, guys, that's all there is to it. I mean, you're going to have a hard time dealing with yourself and your emotions and what you could have done, coulda, woulda, shoulda style. There's going to be a lot of frustration down your trading journey. It's about learning, honestly, how to separate that and learning how to be content with the process. Process versus results. Results always going to let you down because you always could have made more. Someone's always out there making more. But honestly, focus just on the process. Trading has changed my life. It's really changed the way I look at a lot of things, not just trading, but them being disciplined in my everyday life. That's part of it. Yeah, there has been a good amount of money. My wife's able to stay at home, and these are things I'm excited about. But ultimately, it really changes who you are as a person because you see yourself as a transparent individual that you really have to. I mean, if you really focus on trading in this journey, you're going to see yourself as transparent and see all of your flaws. And it's not going to be pretty, but it allows you to work on those things. So, guys, let me know how trading has kind of changed you and your life and your emotions and just anything that it's done for you, good or bad. Looking forward to hearing it, guys. Throw that down in the comment section below. Otherwise, love you guys. We will see y'all all next time.